Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into something that could be a total lifeline for anyone out there dealing with a disability. Or maybe you know someone who is. Imagine this. It's 2025, and the Social Security Disability Insurance Program, better known as SSDI, is offering up to $4,018 a month to folks who qualify. That's right. $4,018 every single month to help you get by when a disability keeps you from working. It's a big deal, and trust me, navigating this stuff can feel like a maze, but I'm here to break it all down. How much you could get, who's eligible, how to apply, what to do if you get denied, and even how it ties into other benefits. This isn't just a quick rundown, we're going deep. So grab a drink, settle in, and let's figure out how you can tap into this $4,018 disability retirement boost. Oh, and if you find this kind of step-by-step guide helpful, especially for something as life-changing as this, stick around to the end and hit that subscribe button. I'd love to keep bringing you info that makes a difference. All right, let's roll. So, what's the scoop on SSDI in 2025? SSDI is this federal program run by the Social Security Administration, or SSA if you're into acronyms, that's all about helping people who can't work because of a disability. It's not some handout. It's money you've earned by paying into Social Security through your job over the years. In 2025, the max you can get is that juicy $4,018 a month, which sounds amazing, right? But hold up. Not everyone gets the max. The average SSDI payment is closer to $1,537 a month, and where you land depends on how much you've made and how long you've worked. If you had a high-flying career pulling in big bucks before your disability hit, you're more likely to snag that $4,018. Think of it like this. SSDI is based on your lifetime earnings, kind of like a retirement benefit, but it kicks in early when a disability throws a wrench in your plans. For someone who's been grinding away at a solid job for decades, that max amount could be a game changer. Paying the rent, covering meds, keeping the lights on. Even if you're not hitting that ceiling, any amount helps when you're sidelined, right? Now, who qualifies for this? That's the million-dollar question. Or, I guess, the $4,018 question. There are two big hurdles: work credits and your disability. First, work credits. You earn these by working jobs where you pay Social Security taxes. Most regular jobs count, like if you were a cashier, a nurse, or a truck driver. The rule of thumb is you need to have worked at least 5 of the last 10 years before you became disabled to have enough credits. So, if you're 40 and got hurt in 2024, they'd look back to 2014 and see if you've got at least 5 years of work in there. Younger folks, like if you're in your 20s, can get by with fewer credits, which is nice because life doesn't always give you decades to stack them up. I knew a guy, let's call him Tom, who was a mechanic for 8 years before a back injury took him out at 35. He had plenty of credits, so that box was checked. But if you've been out of the workforce for a while, say raising kids or something, those credits might be trickier to come by. Next up, the disability part. The SSA has a pretty strict definition here. Your condition has to be bad enough that you can't do the job you used to do, like Tom couldn't lift engines anymore, and you can't switch to something else either, maybe because of pain or mobility issues. Plus, it's got to last at least a year or be expected to end in, well, the worst-case scenario, death. They've got this thing called the Blue Book on SSA.gov that lists qualifying conditions. Think stuff like severe arthritis, cancer, blindness, or mental health issues like PTSD that just won't let up. Oh, and there's a catch. You can't be earning too much on the side. In 2025, If you're pulling in more than $1,620 a month from work, what they call substantial gainful activity, or SGA, they'll say, hey, you're not disabled enough. So, if you're still hustling part-time and making more than that, SSDI might not be in the cards yet. Okay, so let's say you think you qualify. How do you get this $4,018 or whatever amount you're due? Applying for SSDI isn't like ordering takeout. It takes some prep and patience. Step 1. Gather your stuff. You'll need your Social Security number, birth certificate, all your medical records, doctor names, hospital visits, test results, the works, and a list of jobs you've had for the last 15 years. If you're self-employed, grab your W-2s or tax returns too. It's like building a case to prove you're legit. Step 2. Submit the application. You've got options here. Go online to ssa.gov, which is the easiest if you're tech-savvy. Call 1-877-21213 or book an appointment at your local SSA office. Online's slick because you can do it in your pajamas. But if you're not sure, the phone or in-person route lets you ask questions. Step 3. Wait. And I mean wait. 3 to 5 months is normal. Sometimes longer if they need more info. Step 4. You'll get a letter in the mail saying yay or nay. If it's a yes, your payments start after a 5-month waiting period. Kind of a bummer, but that's the rule. So, if you apply in March 2025 and get approved, you're looking at August before the cash flows. Here's where it gets real, though. 67% of first-time SSDI applications get denied. Yep, 2 out of 3 people hear no right out of the gate. That's wild, right? It happened to my cousin Lisa. She applied after a car accident left her with a busted leg and chronic pain. They said her medical evidence wasn't strong enough, even though she could barely walk. Common reasons for denial are stuff like not enough doctor proof, earning too much, or missing paperwork. But don't throw in the towel if this happens. There's a whole appeals process to fight back. First, you ask for reconsideration, where they take a second look, maybe with new records you send in. If that flops, you get a hearing with an administrative law judge, an ALJ, who digs into your case, hears you out, maybe even asks questions. Lisa got approved at this stage after bringing her surgeon to testify. If the judge says no, you can go to the appeals council, and if that fails, you're off to federal court. It's a slog, sometimes a year or more, but most wins happen at the hearing, so persistence pays off. Let's talk about what happens once you're on SSDI, because it doesn't just stop there. Say you're getting $2,000 a month. Nice, right? When you hit your full retirement age, around 67 these days, your SSDI flips to regular Social Security retirement benefits. Same amount, no fuss. But what if that $2,000 isn't enough? You might also qualify for Supplemental Security Income, or SSI, which is extra cash for low-income folks. Think a few $100 more if your resources are tight. And here's a bonus. After 24 months on SSDI, you get Medicare, no matter your age. That's huge. Doctor visits, meds, covered. If you're really strapped, Medicaid might kick in too. Oh, and don't forget other programs. Some states have short-term disability insurance. Veterans can tap VA benefits. And if you've got private long-term disability insurance, that can stack with SSDI, though they might offset each other a bit. Let's paint a picture with an example. Meet Sarah, a 50-year-old office manager who got hit with multiple sclerosis 5 years ago. She'd worked 20 years, earning decent money, so she's got the credits. Her MS means she can't type or sit for long anymore. No old job, no new job, and it's not going away. She applies in April 2025, sends in MRI scans, doctor notes, her work history, everything. 5 months later, she's approved for $3,200 a month, starting September. That's not the max $4,018, but it's huge for her. Covers rent, groceries, therapy. She got denied at first for missing a form, appealed to a judge, and won. Now she's got Medicare coming in 2027, and she's breathing easier. That's the kind of difference SSDI can make. So, how do you maximize this? Get your ducks in a row. Every medical record, every job detail. Apply ASAP because the clock's ticking on that 5-month wait. If you're denied, don't give up. Appeal, appeal, appeal. Check SSA.gov for the Blue Book, calculators, all the official stuff. It's your roadmap. This $4,018 max, or whatever you qualify for, is there for the taking if you've got the credits and the condition. It's not easy, but it's worth it. All right, folks, that's the mega breakdown on SSDI in 2025. Hope it cleared up the fog. If you loved this or know someone who needs it, drop a comment. I'd love to hear your stories. And please, hit that subscribe button right now. It keeps us going, and I'll keep bringing you the goods. Thanks for sticking with me. See you next time.